from the bag.
Drive and live. Drive, lift up for the corner. Let's go corner, half to half. Half here. Drive and lift. Drive and ride. Lift and ride. Even them up. Hey, Woods, grab that Woods. Hold it.
Good evening. On behalf of our board of directors and administration of Cornerstone Christian Academy, we would like to welcome you to tonight's varsity contest between the visiting Solon High School Comets and your very own Cornerstone Christian Patriots. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, we ask that you please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means speaking and acting responsibly, showing courtesy and respect to your fellow fans, officials, coaches, and of course your team and the opposing team. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. The officials assigned to tonight's contest have been selected in accordance with procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tonight's officials are Drew Puckrin, Tim Radley, and Jeff Grubowski. If you would please join me now by standing for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the
to the starting lineups. Game is set to start in just a couple minutes.
We don't got no fans, so we gotta turn our cell phone. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Hey, just that on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
All right, and after the starting lineups, we are just about to start this game. Kendall Saunders in the middle for the tip. Ball's up, and Saunders wins a tip. Back to Martel Furrow. Michael Bothwell dribbling the ball. He's got it at the top of the key. Looking around, passing to Saunders. Saunders on the wing, kicking to Martel. Now Bothwell has it. Bothwell driving, floater. And look at that. That is a rarity in basketball. Ball gets caught in the rim, and that'll be an automatic Solon possession.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that all season by this team.
And started off on the first shot of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly a rarity. Now Solon has it. Solon driving, goes up, gets the foul, and one.
Right, so here comes Michael Bothwell passing over to Martel. Oh, great find to Kendall, and he puts it up.
And that's what you like to see. Good ball movement leading to easy buckets in transition.
Of course. It's the best way to play basketball. And wow.
Offensive rebound for Solon.
Oh! Look at Kendall.
Blocked by Saunders.
I like the defensive effort so far. I see Cornerstone realizes the threat that they're up against as Solon hits a three. I see that Cornerstone knows what they're up against here and knows that this team is not an easy opponent. So,
yeah, I'd agree with that. Solon, a very good team. I believe they're D1. So Cornerstone's got to have a good game if they want to come out with the win here.
Yeah.
Solon misses on the three. Michael Bothwell with the rebound.
That was
running it in transition.
Quite off there.
Yeah, air ball for one of those Solon players. Bothwell driving, kicking out. Wow. Phil with the three-pointer. Great shot there by Martel.
That baseline pass is very hard to make because it's like, what if you step out of bounds? It's wow. Lucky on that miss. See that?
Yeah. And Solon comes back with another. And you can tell that this Solon team does everything fast-paced.
Oh, yeah, extremely. Very quick. Wow. I like Martell's aggression here.
Yeah, Martell's been getting a lot of buckets here early. But then Solon, wow. Solon missing the layup.
That was a decent contest, though. Ricky pulling up for 3. I don't know if that was the wisest shot. Maybe he thought it was in rhythm.
Yeah, I thought he had a little bit of space trying to get his rhythm going early in the game. Oh, Ricky almost gets the steal. Kick out. Another corner 3. This one's off again. Seems like they've taken a lot of those corner 3s, Solon.
But Cornerstone needs to, a nice block. It seems like Cornerstone should take advantage of these misses so far because they're just a step slow on defense because of Solon's pace.
Yeah. Michael Bothwell taking it out.
There's Michael Bothwell getting it to Titus. We got to get it across half court, and that's a steal as Titus telegraphed that pass. And easy layup for Solon. That was Williams.
They're getting a good bucket. Cornerstone trying to come back, and Michael Bothwell hits the mid-range jumper.
Just a step slow here on defense. You see that? Just a step slow.
Yeah, I think that Solon is running very well in transition. They've got a lot of athletes on the team, and it seems like they're getting a lot of open shots.
Yeah, and with good teams like this, you can't get mad at yourself for the other team to score, but you can't let them score an easy bucket. So open shots looks like the foul there by Dontavius. I don't know if I agree with that. It's a little foul there, in my opinion.
And Solon moving it around, making an open 3, miss. And number 22 plus went up for that offensive rebound, but a foul was called on him, so it'll be Cornerstone ball.
Idea there by Titus trying to get inside to Kyle Hudson. Didn't quite work though, so Mike is gonna inbound.
Pass picked off.
Oh.
Solon getting up in transition again. Oh. And went for the Kyrie layup there. Missed it. Jay-Sean Robinson dunks it in.
Jay-Sean.
Oh my goodness, Jay-Sean Robinson with another highlight dunk. And Solon comes right back with the 3.
Second career high school dunk for Jay-Sean.
Yeah, we had just interviewed him last home game. And he had talked about how he had a dunk in that game, and it was his first dunk in a high school game. Any game, actually.
Yeah, that's an impressive fact there since he's so tall.
Yeah. It was surprising to both of us when we heard that. Offensive foul called on Solon. Great charge taken there by Kyle Hudson.
It's a great call, and especially when you're a younger player like Kyle is. He wants to really show to the coaches that he deserves his minutes. Solid plays like that, sacrificing your body, are always plays you want to make.
That is for sure. Jay-Sean Robinson will now inbound the ball to Michael Bothwell. Solon pressing. Bothwell breaks it. Ricky Adams now has the ball. Ricky looking around, kicking to Bothwell. Bothwell with the ball at half court. Dribbling, waiting for something to happen here on offense. Now Dontavius Henry has it on the wing. Jay-Sean Robinson now at the top of the key. Bothwell on the left wing. Getting a screen from Robinson. looking around. And that's a blocking foul called on one of the Solon defenders.
Now it's like Cornerstone is playing at quite a slower pace than we're used to, especially against such a fast team. Would you say that trying to slow the game down is a good strategy compared to trying to play at the same pace as the other team? What would you say?
I'd say that, it's whatever pace you're more comfortable at. If you think that you can run with them, then I would say you got to run with them. But if you think that your team's not built for that, if you think that you're more comfortable playing a slow-paced game, then you've got to try and play it slow. But either way, you've got to control the pace of the game. At least you've got to try to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say, though, I think Cornerstone can play both.
Yeah,
ways.
I would agree with that.
And, of course, we all know that the conditioning and stuff for practice is great as it's in and out. The Solons, Michael Botwell looks to push it up court. Is it a Kendall? In the lane, tried to drop it off to Jeremy, didn't work. Here comes Carey, fast break, and Mike thought it was a block. But there's a foul called.
Foul called there. And you mentioned Cornerstone's conditioning, and that is for sure. Cornerstone puts a lot of effort into conditioning and running in practice so that their players are ready for games where they've got to play a fast-paced game like this. Score early here is 15-17. Solon has the 2-point lead with 2 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Michael Bothwell with it. Michael driving, kicking.
Oh, great dive.
Jeremy Owens has it, and he misses. Jay Sean Robinson with the rebound, though. Now Bothwell with the rebound. Puts it up, missing. And finally, Solon gets a defensive rebound.
I think Solon got a little piece of that on Jeremy's shot. I don't think he just overshot that. I think it might have been a slight block there.
Yeah. Looks like a blocking foul has been called here on Michael Bothwell. A couple substitutions being made for Cornerstone here. Solon looking around and finding open shots and miss. Ball was last touched there by Titus Wheeler, and it'll be Solon ball with 1:54 remaining in the first quarter.
Wow. Impressive
Deep
shot
three.
there.
Deep three there by one of the Solon players.
Yeah, I definitely would not. Oh, that was such a great idea there, but went through Kendall's hands and through his legs. So, wow.
Wow, and
It's like Carey just laying it up from downtown, taking some shots that are contested, so it's not like they're wide open.
yeah, he is certainly feeling it from beyond the arc, and all of a sudden, Cornerstone is down 9 with right around a minute left in the first quarter.
Yeah, you gotta like Cornerstone's defensive effort though, but sometimes there's not much you can do with great shooters.
Yeah.
It's still early though, nothing to be concerned about.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's a few things Cornerstone needs to go over in the huddle. Timeout is just about to end here. Ricky Adams has the ball now. Dribbling and looking for a spot to break the press. Finds Titus Wheeler. And Wheeler passes it back to Adams. And this Cornerstone team does a good job with that press break.
Yeah, I would agree. They really don't get scared or timid as
Yeah, really patient, find a good pass, and that's how they do it. Cornerstone getting the bucket there. I believe that was Kendall Saunders. Shot from the corner is missed. Tipped out of bounds by Saunders, and it'll be Solon ball with just a minute left in this first quarter.
Yeah, you really got to grab rebounds here because with a team like this, you don't want to give them second chances. Second chances can really kill you in any game, especially against a team like this.
Travel called on Solon there.
Call there.
One was called on Brown, number 24. And now it'll be Cornerstone ball. Jeremy Owens will take it out from the side. Titus Wheeler with the ball now. Walking it up, and might be a little bit early, but I think that Cornerstone is going to try and go for one possession here.
Well, if they can do it, that might be smart.
Yeah,
Kendall with some handle. Didn't really get him anywhere, though.
I certainly like it when teams try and take advantage of the unlimited shot clock in Ohio high school basketball. And looks like that was a foul there on Solon, or out of bounds. I'm not entirely sure, but it's Cornerstone ball either way with 22 seconds left. You like to see that when a team can make good use of that unlimited shot clock. There's no shot clock. Team can hold the ball on for as long as they want. So that's what Cornerstone does a lot when there's right around a minute left in a quarter. They try and hold the ball for the last shot. Oh, great pass.
Time. Oh, look at that unselfish play. Looks like there should be a foul. It was a late call, but got the whistle.
Yeah, there was going to be an outrage here.
Oh, yeah.
If that was not called a foul. Because Kendall Saunders got hacked there.
Yeah, but as you were saying with the shot clock, imagine if high school basketball in Ohio did have a shot clock, but on these teams.
Yeah, it would certainly make things interesting. I would possibly be a proponent of that, just because it would make games more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
But if there is no shot clock, then you got to take advantage of it, in my opinion.
Right.
Saunders' second shot hits. 10 seconds left here. Scores 18, excuse me. Solon with the ball. 8 seconds. This is their shooter. 5 seconds. Jeremy Owens locking him up. 2 seconds, and he gets the bucket. And that'll end the first quarter. Cornerstone finds themselves down early. Score is 26-18 Solon. So there are a couple of things for Cornerstone to work on. One, I think they've got to run in transition better, especially on defense. On offense, they've got to try and run it at their pace, and I think they've been doing a pretty good job of that. But on defense, they need to know that team is going to push the ball as fast as they can up the court. I think this has been a pretty well refereed game for the most part.
Oh, yeah. We've got a great selection of referees here.
Yeah, got Steve Kerr over there, Syndrome. And David Blatt rounding out the group.
Yeah, of course. Legendary.
But
as you were saying with some things I think Cornerstone needs to fix, I think defensively, the effort is there, but we're just a little too slow. We need to have quick feet, especially on these shooters like number 3. And having Jeremy on him on that last possession, I don't think was the best call there. I think they should have had a switch to get a guard on him to get some quick feet. Nothing against Jeremy, though.
yeah,
great
I think
defender.
Jeremy's a great defender.
Yeah, just not in that situation, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or with this particular player. Would have liked to see maybe a smaller, quicker guard like Michael or Ricky maybe, but
yeah. Either way, you cannot give that shooter any space.
Yeah, because he'll just blow by you.
Well, or he'll hit the shot because
he's been hitting. Yeah.
He's been hitting a lot of those shots from really deep range or really tightly contested.
Yeah. So let's see if he can keep that up throughout the game. Hopefully not, of course, because, Cornerstone. But if he can, then might be a special kid. I like Kendall's aggression, even though he missed that shot. Now here's what I like to see. I like Michael with this assignment here. Much quicker, but of course he'll give up an unwanted switch with Ricky in the paint. Not what you see.
And that'll be called over and back there. I'm not sure. It looked like it probably should have been a foul called.
You could argue that.
On the person guarding Owens. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm sure they just saw golf his foot and,
Yeah.
called the easy.
Either way, Solon
Easy
ball
call.
number 3 with it. That's Carey. He's been probably their best player up to this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking around, finds an open man. Carey, driving.
One thing about him, he's quick, but Jeremy's actually staying up on him. I like it. But Solon hits the shot, and that was Williams from the corner.
Michael Bothwell hits the deep 3. Carey with the ball. Oh, he's pulling from deep. Oh,
Wow.
and he hits it.
He is on fire. We really have to
And
stop
this is
it.
a good old-fashioned shootout at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Owens going up.
Wow.
Saunders gets it.
Ah,
Missing. Saunders with another rebound.
I like the
Missing
resilience. I like the resilience, but you got to finish that on the first or second try.
Carey with it. Ooh, looked like he maybe was about to shoot there.
Wow.
Oh, and Solon hits another deep 3. That's a killer for the Cornerstone Patriots.
Yes.
And these are just some really good shooters on Solon. I don't even think that they're getting that much room. They're just hitting everything.
Yeah. Teams will go on runs, though, so we shouldn't be too concerned. But if we don't answer back with either defensive stops or our own offensive run, then we might be in trouble.
Yeah. I think that this matchup, it almost reminds me of if you watched Warriors versus Cavs last night.
I did, in fact.
I thought it was a good game up until that last quarter. I thought the Cavs fell off a little bit. But my
I think it was
point being,
defensive problems there.
yeah, my point being that you've got on one hand Solon, who is a really streaky team. They will run off 10 points in the blink of an eye on you. On the other hand, you've got Cornerstone, and Cornerstone can run in transition, but they like to control the pace in games. So I think that that's going to be a big part of this game is whether or not Cornerstone can control it.
Yeah, that's an interesting comparison you made with Cornerstone and Solon and the Cavaliers and the Warriors. Big difference, though, is the Cavs, they don't try defense. So
Yeah, I'd agree with that as the timeout is breaking. Michael Bothwell with it, getting Jeremy. All right, Carey with the ball now. Sorry for the delay there. Looking like he's about to shoot. He is. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
He can't miss.
I think that that's 5 straight threes from him.
Yeah, we might have to double him or something because there's no way we can let him open. And
Wow, and Titus falls to
Yeah.
the ground. Looks like
That's an
that would have been a foul
yeah.
there, but
that's still an unwanted turnover there.
yeah. Carey with the ball again. Cornerstone has got to find a way to stop him. He has been on fire lately. Carey with it. Oh, finds an open teammate. Solon missing there. Getting the rebound, going back up, and gets the bucket. 5 minutes remain in the second quarter. Cornerstone is down 42-23. Jay Sean Robinson with the ball. Now Titus Wheeler with it. Now Jeremy Owens has it. Foul called there on Solon. A hold called on number 25. That's Haroy. Michael Bothwell will inbound it from the baseline. Looking around. Passing to Tay Henry. Tay driving. Tay goes up and misses.
Thought that was a good take, though.
Yeah,
by
decent
Tay.
take there by Henry. Carey driving, kicking.
Wow.
Now Carey back with it. Oh, he's shooting again.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
He doesn't miss. He's looking at the bench, too, as he hit that shot.
He's not flinching on any of these. When he wants to shoot, he just shoots, and no one can stop him.
Yeah. But one thing, though, I have to say, he is unselfish. He's making passes when he.
I don't think he's been playing selfish.
Yeah, on that drive, he could have easily put it up the rim, but he saw someone else was open in the corner, made the right pass.
Yeah, Cornerstone definitely has to make it a priority to lock him down, and Tay Henry is on him now, playing tight defense. Let's see what Carey does here. Crossover. And that is a travel called on him. He doesn't seem to agree with that call.
Yeah, he clearly slid there.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of a slippage of the foot. Tay Henry will inbound the ball to Michael Bothwell. And Michael Bothwell with the bucket. Michael Bothwell with it. Looking for a way to break the press. He finds Tay Henry. Tay passing back to Bothwell. Bothwell to Adams. Adams shooting for three. Just off. Kendall Saunders with another offensive rebound. And there's a foul called on Solon. Saunders hitting that shot. 3.5 minutes remaining. And Cornerstone has found themselves down in this game. Score is 45-26. Solon leading. But Cornerstone is hoping to make a push here at the end of the second half and get some momentum. Or at the end of the second quarter and get some momentum heading into the second half. Solon getting another bucket inside. 3:08 left in the second quarter. Jay Sean Robinson with it, passing to Kendall Saunders. Tay Henry has it. Tay driving. Ball stolen.
Yeah, Tay's got to be stronger with the ball. And I don't see a foul there. I don't know who's that. Who was that on?
Yeah, I don't know. It was either on Bothwell or Robinson there.
Yeah, because it definitely looked like Bothwell got all ball there, and it didn't matter because it didn't really affect the way the ball was going.
Yeah,
I didn't see
I'm
Jay
not
Sean
sure
get
about
the
that
contact.
shot, about that foul, I mean. But, you know, 2 claps and move on. You can't do anything about the call.
I mean, hey, Steve Kerr is an experienced basketball player and coach. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he knows. So, Ricky Adams taking it up the court now. Bothwell has it, kicking to Saunders. Saunders for 3, just off.
You can tell he was feeling that. He thought that was going to go in. Oh, that's not
Tay
a,
Henry called for the foul on Carey there.
it's not a foul you need. That's not a, first of all, that's not a call you need to make. Did you see a push? I mean, even if
I didn't
even
have the
if-
best angle on that. I didn't really see it.
Yeah,
So I'm going to go with your word on this one.
yeah, he even put his arms up like he isn't fouling. So I'm kind of confused there.
Yeah. Carey's first shot here with 2.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Second shot, first shot, excuse me. First shot is good. Here comes the second shot. Titus Wheeler fighting through the press, driving, passing, almost stolen, but Martell gets it back and missing.
I thought he
Carey with the rebound, pushing it up the court, finds a man. That is way too easy. I would almost say that that's not entirely Cornerstone's fault, though, because number 5, if you'll notice, he's like a track star. He just,
Oh, yeah.
as soon as he sees his team get that rebound, he's gone. Look at this. He's going to,
Michael Blank.
Carey going out
we got
missing,
lucky.
and Solon gets it back with the rebound.
This team is
Michael
just a little
Bothwell
too
going
fast.
for the touchdown pass. Martell Farrell wasn't able to hold on. It'll be Solon ball. Timeout called here by Coach Dansell. Solon with the ball. Carey bringing it up court. Oh, good pass there. Solon working it around. And that one was out of Carey's reach. And I think it's been a while since he's shot. That might be taking him a little bit out of rhythm.
Yeah, well, we hope so, because
Yeah, hopefully.
he was on fire earlier.
Titus Wheeler taking it up, passing to Farrell. Martell passes to Henry. Henry looking around. Kicking to Kendall Saunders. Michael Bothwell has it on the wing. Kicking inside to Saunders, who gets the layup. And that is exactly what Cornerstone needs to do. Great ball movement, and they get a wide open layup inside.
I mean, Cornerstone's really been getting a lot of those. It's just haven't been able to finish.
Yeah.
That's really the problem.
Carey has the ball now, working on Michael Bothwell. Finds a man inside. Not blocked, but good defense by Kendall Saunders.
That is not. Oh, wow. But I was gonna say though, even though he missed, I still think, as I said earlier, the defense was a little slow there. They
I
watched
think that there
as he
was
got
like a
the
bobble
ball.
there or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was expecting the ball.
Uh,
But if he had been able to get up a little bit quicker, then I think that he would have had that. Michael Bothwell, he's looking, finds Tay Henry in the corner. Tay is driving, goes up and gets fouled. He'll have 2 shots at the line. Carey with the ball, trying to break Cornerstone's press. Oh, spin move by the center there. Wide open shot for Solon, missing. Kendall Saunders with the rebound. 20 seconds remaining in this first half. Tay Henry has it on the corner. He's driving. Passing out to Michael Bothwell. Michael loses it for a second, but gets it back. Foul called on Solon with 10.6 seconds remaining in the first half. And I believe that this will be 2 shots for Bothwell. I think that they've got the, no, 1-and-1 opportunity for Bothwell. Michael's first shot is good. Second shot is also good for Bothwell. And Jay Sean Robinson will check in for him. Again, 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Solon is up 55-32. Carey with the ball. Solon working it up court. Oh, going up and gets blocked by the backboard. 1 second, Saunders. Oh, and Saunders is just off from 3-point range there. Well, that's the half, folks. Cornerstone finds themselves in a little bit of a hole here that they need to climb out of.
Yep.
Score is 32-55, Solon with a big lead.
Yeah, this is exactly what we didn't want to see. We were, at least I was hoping that we'd be contesting through the entire game, but it looks like kind of let off that second quarter.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that Cornerstone has some things that they could work on, and I think that a second half comeback is a possibility here if they work for it. All right, folks, and we actually have a couple of pretty famous people here in the arena tonight. One person that I'm zooming in on here is actually, this is Sean Bradley, the former Dallas Mavericks center, 7 feet 6 inches tall, See how much he towers over the crowd. That is Sean Bradley. And where did he go? Where is Kanye West? Oh, here. You can't see him very well. But this is actually Kanye West here over on the sideline. He is obviously listening to a new track of his. There you can see him now. And actually over here, where is he? Oh, yes. Over here you can see that Emperor Palpatine himself is in attendance here at the game. This is the first that I've heard in a while that he's still alive, but he is here at the game. Let's just hope that he doesn't pull out the lightning bolts. We also have a pretty special viewer, a big celebrity watching at home. Coach, referee, mogul, Ron Miller is watching this game from his house tonight. Huge shout out to Coach Ron, and thank you for tuning in. Right around 5 minutes remaining here in the halftime break. Again here, Emperor Palpatine himself at the game.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith. So powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side. He could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the— Shut up! The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Ironic. He could save others from death, but not his.
Is it possible to learn his power?
Not from a Jedi.
So, Sam, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
It's a tough call. I've gotta say, probably The Empire Strikes Back.
Same here.
But I also enjoyed when Episode 7 first came out, A New
Yes.
Hope. No, that's not it.
No. Oh, I
The
thought
Force
you meant both.
Awakens.
Yeah.
The Force Awakens, excuse me. It was really cool to be, because I saw that on really close to opening night, and it was really cool to be have that experience of watching it for the first time like that, brand new movie. So that was just a really cool experience.
Yeah. My second favorite is Episode 3. Surprisingly, I wanted
Really?
to go with A New Hope, but I just think Episode 3 just has such meme potential
Yeah.
that I think I just have to put that over.
Yeah.
New Hope.
So just about 2 minutes from the start of the second half here. Both teams warm. And hopefully we will have an exciting second half of basketball.
All right, and here we have Ethan Dang, who I'm going to ask a few Star Wars questions about as we're waiting for the second half to commence. So, Ethan, who is your least favorite character in all of Star Wars?
You know, I've never been a real huge fan of Anakin. His character is just
Really?
so dry to me.
Really?
Yes.
You know what else is dry? Sand. He hates sand. You know, I would have to say my least favorite character is Rose from The Last Jedi. My second least favorite is Jar Jar Binks, of course. But I would have to say Rose was just so annoying that I'll have to go with her. And also, just for the record, so people know, I think I heard someone scream some words that I think was not appropriate. I think someone screamed "shut up" to someone. I believe that was I think that was Matthew Gillum who said that. I'm not sure. But for anyone who wants to know, shut does not go up. So do not tell anyone that ever. That's very mean.
Yeah, I must agree though that Rose is a really great character. She just doesn't draw your. She isn't like not interesting. I think is the best way to say it.
Yeah, I just didn't like her character. She kind of felt forced to me. But with that being said, second half of basketball. All right, so here's Solon as they're nursing a quite large lead. And we're going to just commence with this second half. And here comes Carey, again making plays as Klusk got the bird, but Cornerstone ultimately got the ball. And looks like we're going to have a call here. Timeout. Right, here's Michael Bothwell trying to make some offense as Martell has the ball now. Martell passes to Michael on a cut to Jeremy. Tries to post up, but he's looking for a pass. Kendall has it, drives baseline, and gets the pass out to Martell near the corner. Here's Martell, bringing it back up. And there's Kendall again, same corner. Michael Bothwell at the top, driving in. Pass to Jeremy. Jeremy back to Martell. And the offense is a little slow right now, but I guess we're trying to get the best shot possible as Titus makes a move, goes inside with a strong layup, but misses. And here's Solon pushing it up.
Shot there, and he hits it. Solon has been on fire.
And that
from
was
deep range. That was
the
number
Keck
one,
shot.
the Keck shot. And now that'll be a foul call on Solon. Looks like Kendall Saunders will get 2 shots at the line here. Good call there by Syndrome. Kendall's first shot is made. Here comes the second shot. And he hits the second one as well. Cornerstone pressing. Jeremy Owens playing defense. Carey with the ball. Pulling up and hits it. My gosh.
Yeah, Carey's field goal percentage must be very high right now.
Yeah, he is just a really great pure shooter. At least in this game he has been. Steal there by Solon. Pushing it up. Pass to Carey. Going up.
Wow.
And gets the layup.
Another make there.
And we don't have point totals up here, but I gotta imagine he's the leading scorer in this game.
And
I don't know where that pass was going.
And not to speak too highly about the other team, but I must say that Carey is really doing well, and
Yeah.
I do admire his demeanor. He's not too overly excited about such a great game. Sometimes people are having a good game and they have to really shove it in your face. I don't think that's the best thing to do. But he seems to be calm and keep himself composed.
Yeah, I think he's been playing a good game, but
that was horrible
again,
defense.
keeping calm. Yeah, CCA is playing a little lackadaisical right now. They seem a little discombobulated after that half. But there's a good bucket there by Jay Sean Robinson. Here's Carey. Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Another shots and a miss by Solon. Rebounded by Kyle Hudson. Kyle pushing up, passing to Jay Sean Robinson. Jay Sean looks like he might have been going for the dunk there, but missed layup. Carey now has the ball in transition. Wow, he is quite the ball handler too. Fouled and one. Oh my gosh.
He just cannot miss. Carey's just a great all-around player.
Yeah, again, you don't want to speak too highly of the opponent, but he, you got to say it. He's had a game.
Yeah.
His style of play is certainly reminiscent of the Oklahoma Sooners' Trae Young. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah, I am. That's a good comparison.
He just his how tough he seems to be to guard. Certainly reminiscent of him. And Young, they're saying, again, he's the Oklahoma Sooners point guard. What do you think about the comparisons between him and Stephen Curry and their styles of play?
Stephen Curry and Carey?
Now I haven't seen Trae Young throw a mouthpiece at anybody.
Oh, you're talking
them.
Okay, you're talking about
So,
Trae Young and Steph Curry.
So I don't know if he's got the full package.
He
seems to be he doesn't have the whiny trait just yet.
Yeah.
But just as far as his skills go, a lot of people make that comparison.
I mean, I would say Young seems to have kind of a stronger build, it seems, or at least he plays that way. While Steph, I mean, obviously is in good shape, but just isn't the physical threat that Young may be.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And, you can never tell everything about a player when they're in college. You don't know until they make it to the pros. But right now, he seems to be one of the best prospects right now in a really strong draft class this NBA season. Back to the Cornerstone game, though. Ricky Adams has the ball. Now Michael Bothwell has it. Oh, Ricky Adams just off on the floater, going up again, and he gets the strong layup. Great shot there by Ricky Adams. Cornerstone playing a press on defense. Three-pointer hit there by Solon again. Michael Bothwell takes it, he's driving. Oh, and he gets blocked. Ball close to being stolen there by Cornerstone. Carey has it now, kicking out to a teammate. who hits that shot. That's Bekekja. Tough name to pronounce. But he's been having a pretty good game himself. He seems to be a really good three-point shooter. Not sure about the call here. I'm not sure what they called. I think that this was a technical foul, it seems. I'm not sure on who. I think that it might have been on Carey. I'm not sure
Interesting.
what he did, though.
Yeah,
I didn't get a very good look at what happened.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, he
If that seems
to be pretty level-headed
Yeah.
for most of the game, but, you know. What? I'm being told that he hung on the rim, and that's why there was that technical foul called.
Yes.
So that's outside the rules. You can't do that, and that is the punishment. Jeremy Owens inbounding it to Michael Bothwell. Cornerstone having a bit of a rough game. Although, you know, Solon is a really good team. I believe they are Division I. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're Division I team. Cornerstone down 78-41 with 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Jeremy Owens locking up in the paint. Tay Henry going for the steal. Jump ball called. They'll say it's Cornerstone ball. Michael Bothwell with it. Trying to break this press. Bothwell stutter step. Guarded by two people now, dribbling around. Finds Tay Henry. Tay's looking around, trying to find a shot. Jeremy Owens has it. Now Kyle Hudson with it. Good ball movement here as Kendall Saunders. Good move there by Kendall Saunders, and he gets the layup.
Kendall's been strong in the paint all night.
Wow, that was a heck of a move off the dribble there, that behind the back move. And you're seeing basketball on all levels move to that sort of big man game where you'll have bigs who can dominate inside, but they also are fairly dangerous from the perimeter too.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the evolution of the game.
Yeah.
Now as we're playing this kind of positionless basketball where everybody can play any position for the most part.
Yeah, certainly. That's a great term, positionless basketball. I mean, you go back to the days of, you know, Wilt Chamberlain, and even as you go up into the 90s and early 2000s, you didn't have a lot of bigs that could move like a lot of the bigs today can. It used to be that the big man's job was to get rebounds and get layups inside, not running in transition, not shooting, not dribbling. They had, you know, pretty simple goals, and now you can see that position has evolved to where you see players like Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, even I'd go so far as to say Anthony Davis, who are bigs who can really handle their business on the perimeter too. Solon with the steal there. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, one thing though, as you were saying, with kind of when you were comparing bigs from the 90s and the 80s versus now, that's kind of why I try to avoid the who's the best player argument, because people play so much different in different eras. What do you say to that? Do you think that's a valid reason?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah. So I was saying how I don't like to compare the best player argument, because as you were talking about how center position has changed so much, all positions have changed a lot.
The game entirely is evolved.
Yeah. So I think I'm okay with the argument of who's the best player in certain eras, but not just like ever. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. That's something I think about a lot. Because it's just such totally different eras. You never know. And I mean, and centers come up a lot when people talk about that, because, and that's why some people would even refrain from saying like say, the people that would say Wilt Chamberlain's the best center of all time. Well, the problem with saying that is, back in those days, Wilt Chamberlain was one of the only people at his size. Same for Bill Russell. And those were two guys who were, extremely tall, and not a lot of people could guard them. And that's why, they could just put up as many points as they wanted to because, long arms, they could just reach the ball over and basically just set the ball in the hoop.
Right.
Meanwhile, Shaq, another person who people say is one of the best centers of all time, Shaq played in an era where he would be going up against the likes of, Sean Bradley, Hakeem Olajuwon,
Yeah.
not Alonzo. Yes, I think I was right there. Alonzo Mourning. Just really solid centers and people who were his size, and but he still dominated. So it's really interesting when you talk about that, or even with the the constant LeBron versus Jordan.
I hate that comparison. They're completely different players.
Yeah, and I think that the eras that they played in are really significant because.
Oh yeah.
Now this is not to discredit all of Jordan's championships in
not
the
at all.
least, but I will say that when the Bulls went off on their three straight championship runs, I don't think that they were playing teams like the Golden State Warriors, and I think that the Warriors of today would give them problems, because you think about it. They were still playing good teams, but I don't think that they ever really had to face a team that was on the same caliber as them. You think of maybe the Jazz in the 90s, who they played a couple of times in the finals, the Rockets.
That's a good assessment. That adds to my point as you brought up the Warriors.
But I mean, it's just so difficult because it's two completely different eras.
Yeah, look, some of these teams now could not deal with the physicality of the 90s and the 80s.
That's true as well.
But a lot of the teams then couldn't deal with the skill that we have on teams now.
Yeah, you see, and even it's unfair because athletes are getting better.
Right. Which is
these
good.
kids. It's a scientific thing. Athletes are getting better.
Right.
Jesse Owens is known as one of the best sprinters of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And his record 100-meter dash time, he wouldn't even have made the Olympics in modern times.
Really?
I think I saw a video on that. And it's another part is the training, the technological advancements,
Right.
and recovery. Nowadays, you see, a lot of these NBA players, and Michael Bothwell just off on that last second shot.
Mike has
But to continue my
game.
point, you see these NBA players and NFL players, as soon as it's after a game, they're getting acupuncture therapy, and like in the Olympics, you saw something that was trending was the swimmers had that cupping therapy thing, where they would have those cups on their back, and it was really weird looking.
Okay.
Or and you see these kids, and I think the game's evolving even more because nowadays you see kids, and people already know who the best fifth grader in the nation is. These kids are getting, these kids are getting trained from birth into these NBA stars, and you just see freaks of nature like Giannis Antetokounmpo or Kevin Durant, who have, big man size but can move like point guards. It's insane. Or LeBron James even.
To an extent, yeah. Do you have this problem as a sports fan when there are players that are just so good but you just despise them, like Durant?
Yeah, and I think that a big thing with Durant is a lot of people don't like his character. Certainly A lot of people didn't like his move from Oklahoma City. And, you know, he's become, along with Steph Curry and the rest of the Warriors, they've become the villains. The villains. They become the villains of the NBA.
Sorry, the Warriors suck.
I got you. And they embrace that role. And there's certain players that you just love to hate. Like there's so many people that hate on LeBron, hate on. Players get, you know, negative criticism. They could be the best player in the world. Everybody gets negative criticism if you're an athlete.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yeah.
But, you know, back on the Kevin Durant thing, I didn't – look, here's the thing. Here's the thing with sports. There's no loyalty in sports, okay? You have a contract. You can leave if you want to. But here's the thing.
Yeah,
here's the thing. His decision – I can see why people would say that's the easiest move you can make. And I agree. But also he has a choice to do that. But my problem with him and why I don't like him so much is just his demeanor and his character. As Michael Bothwell drains a three. But he's so, like, mean and, like, he's just...
Yeah, and that's what I mean when I say he's embraced that role of the villain. And that's what a lot of the old-timers say, is that they just didn't... There was nothing like that. Because even to bring you back to 2015, that year, Kevin Durant's last year with the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder lost a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
And after that, you're going to go... And after that, you're going to go and join the team that beat you.
That's what I was saying. That's the easiest move you can make.
Yeah, and what the old timers say is you never saw back in their day. You never saw players just teaming up with the best players. There was a sense of loyalty. Could you ever imagine Larry Bird going and joining the Lakers after Magic Johnson beat the Celtics in the finals?
See, here's the thing.
That would never happen.
Yeah, I don't think, like, what I'm trying to say here is, I don't think that him moving from Oklahoma City is a bad move. I just think that his decision to join Golden State specifically is a bad move. So, like, if he were to, like, join, like,
he joins the team that had the best record in the league.
Yeah, imagine if LeBron left and moved to Golden State because they kept beating him. Like, everybody would hate him. And I would probably be on that train of thought also. Like, wow, you're just going to leave us for the team that keeps...
Yeah, please, LeBron, stay. LeBron, I know you're not listening right now. I know this to you, but LeBron, please stay. We love you, LeBron. Please stay. That's all I wanted to say there.
Theoretically, though, not saying this will happen, but if he did leave, what team do you think would be interesting to watch him on?
You know, at this point, as long as it's not the Warriors, I'll probably still be a LeBron James fan. It's probably going to be Cavs first.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll still be a LeBron James fan, even if he did leave. One team that would be interesting to see him on is the Los Angeles Lakers. I know that they've expressed interest in him. A good fit, some people are saying, is the Houston Rockets.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah. And then he would get to play with Chris Paul and maybe even have some of his other buddies come with him. But either way, I think I'd root for LeBron. Either way.
That's a good assessment. I've heard the Los Angeles.
I think that he likes the idea of Los Angeles. You know, another player that likes the idea of that is Paul George and even Russell Westbrook.
Imagine that team.
A lot of people talk about him possibly leaving Oklahoma City. So he's got a lot of options, but I hope that he stays in Cleveland with all my heart.
Yeah.
Still root for him anywhere else, except Golden State.
Of course. I don't think the Lakers would be a good move for him, just because I just don't think the Lakers are good enough. Like, if he wants to win a
Well,
championship,
the
like
year-
even if he joins them and say they go to the finals that year, which I doubt they would beat Golden State in the West, because
I don't
they
know.
haven't had time.
It depends on who he could bring with him. And I mentioned there's going to be a lot of big-time free agents. You remember the year that he came to Cleveland, the Cavaliers were not a playoff team the year before.
That's true.
The only bright spot on the team was Kyrie Irving and maybe a little bit of Tristan Thompson. And now Kyrie Irving is left because
don't even mention his name.
He's apparently too big time. But that team was. I think that if LeBron doesn't come, that maybe the Cavs still aren't in the playoffs. I think that they would have eventually progressed and gotten better, especially with that young Kyrie Irving.
And I think they would be around like if LeBron never came and say they had Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
Well, that's the thing. Kevin Love's not coming without LeBron.
I thought he was traded before LeBron got there.
No.
He wasn't. Oh.
No, LeBron got there first, and then that was when they traded Wiggins for Love.
Well, so if it was just Kyrie, I mean, I think they'd be on the level of like a Portland maybe.
Yeah, just a team that can get into that 8th seed and not do much. And you see that, the Lakers have some solid building blocks. Kyle Kuzma, for instance. People see a lot of potential in him. And I don't know what your opinions on him are, but Lonzo Ball, I think in all honesty, if he can get that jump shot right, if he can, I think that he's got a lot of potential to be a good player in the league.
Yeah.
And LeBron has expressed that opinion as well, that, you can't make judgments on a player this early in his career. And, his points and field goal percentage are a little iffy, but I think that he's a solid all-around player, as you can see by him being one of the youngest players in NBA history to get a triple-double.
Right. Now, here's the thing, though. I like Lonzo Ball. I don't think that him or his family deserves as much scrutiny as they get, but I agree with you. I think he has so much potential, but is he great right now? Does he live up to the hype? No. But I think if he wasn't as hyped as he was, not only by his father but by the media, was also really overhyping him, I think that he would just quietly become a good
I think he
player.
just needs a chance to develop into a good player. And I think everyone is just waiting, with bated breath to see him just be a superstar in his first year. And it's not going to happen.
Yeah, but I think, though, with Lonzo, okay, so imagine Lonzo came in the league 3 years ago, and LeBron didn't go to Cleveland. He was leaving Miami. He wanted to go somewhere else. Say he went to the Lakers then, sure. But now, I don't think that with LeBron's age and
I don't think he wants to go to a young team.
Yeah, with his goals of, maybe catching up with Jordan or getting closer with championship rings, going to a young team that's not yet developed is not a good idea. I think Houston would be okay as a choice because, what are they, number 3 in the league right now?
Yeah, I think that Houston would probably be the best fit. Just imagine that team with Harden, Paul, LeBron, and maybe even a fourth player.
But here's the thing, though. I think that the Cavs are a better team on paper. They look like a better team than
and
Houston
it's going to
does.
be – here's my opinion. Everyone talks about LeBron leaving.
Uh-huh.
But LeBron has never left a team after winning the finals. First time that he left Cleveland was the year that I think they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. When he left Miami, it was when they lost in the finals to the Spurs, I believe. I think that if LeBron wins the finals with this team, I don't think he'll leave Cleveland. I don't think he will. And
but
so
if we lose,
it's on the Cavs. If he loses,
if we even
then
make it to the finals.
I hear a lot of talk about that. I don't see a LeBron team losing before the finals.
Yeah,
I don't.
I didn't think that, but it's just
The Celtics are looking good.
I know that's what
The
I'm scared
Wizards,
of.
the Wizards
I don't-
look good.
Look, the Wizards are nothing, but the Celtics scare me. And just because here's the thing with the Celtics, I mean, not only are they individually good, but they play a system that involves the whole team. And they play defense, like actual defense. And it's because they're young, of course, but it's because their coach
Yeah,
and
I
all their
think
players
that-
on the same page.
Yeah, I don't know if the Celtics are going to be finals ready right now, but give this team some time, and I think that they will be. Now this is a bold prediction.
Uh-huh.
I think that they've got a chance to be the next dominant team in the NBA.
Like,
You see
Like
the
the
Warriors.
Warriors?
The Warriors, they're not old yet,
uh,
but they're gonna get old at some point. And you see that Boston has all of this young talent, or even a team like Philadelphia has all this young talent. And how about that? That was another interesting destination for LeBron I heard about.
yeah, but again, they have the same problem the Lakers do, which is they're not developed yet.
Yeah.
But look,
But again, he could bring players
yeah, that's true.
if LeBron goes.
But I think if
They
he
will
wants
come.
to win, I think he should either stay on this established team or go to another established team.
Yeah.
But yeah. But back to the Celtics though. So say that the Cavs kept playing as horribly as they are right now for the rest of the season. I don't think that's good momentum to have going to the playoffs. And say LeBron does his thing. He's doing great. 30, 15, and 10 a game or whatever. Great. But the rest of his team isn't doing anything. It's going to be another finals repeat where he's doing great, but everybody else kind of then
Yeah.
I think the Celtics can beat us in the Eastern Conference Finals. And that's unfortunate because I don't like Kyrie Irving at all. But I think that his team really can. And I think they can give the Warriors a run for the money because they actually play defense and they play fast. And they actually have, I say this lightly, but veteran leadership in Kyrie Irving. And he's only 25, I think. And But he has this maturity about him and this finals experience. And, of course, Al Horford with playoff experience, and he's a little older. I just think that with that and how everybody's on the same page on that team, I think, could make a really strong run if LeBron and his team doesn't turn on the switch. But I don't like the idea of turning on the switch anyway. I think you should play well throughout the whole season. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. So, back to the game.
Oh, yeah.
There's still a basketball game going on here. We haven't talked about it much. It's been a rough game for CCA.
Yes.
2 minutes remaining here. Cornerstone down 101-64, and with most of their reserves in. That's why we've been kind of refraining from talking about it.
Right.
But what do you do as Cornerstone after this? Because they have to get ready for the biggest game of the season this Friday against Garfield Heights.
Oh, and interesting factoid about that. Garfield Heights, one of their star players, Bryson Waller, actually played with Cornerstone years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fun rematch. Not rematch, fun return for Bryson there. But yeah, after this game, what are they going to do? First, they have to walk off the court with dignity and not hang their heads too much.
Yep. Yeah, and I mentioned this last time when Cornerstone got that big win last week. That you can never get too high and you never can get too low. Substitution being made here. You have to keep a level head and have a short memory. They can learn from this game, but I don't think that this game should bring them down going into, the next game against Garfield Heights. Yes. And again, Garfield Heights, biggest game of the season for Cornerstone, hoping to pull off a huge upset over a Garfield Heights team that many people say is top 25 in the country, is what I've heard. And so that'll be a tough game, but if Cornerstone was somehow able to pull out an upset there, that would be huge for the program. So, folks that are watching now, we're talking it up a lot, but you really should tune into this game against Garfield Heights on Friday. We're expecting it. It's a home game, so we will be broadcasting, and we're expecting it to be our biggest broadcasting game of the season. we're expecting a really big turnout. And so please just tune in. I believe the game is probably the same time as tonight on Friday. Actually, it might be a little later because there is a girls' varsity game in between the boys' JV and varsity games. So come for that, too. Girls' varsity is playing Hathaway Brown on Friday, I believe. At home, we'll be broadcasting that.
Yes, so that is our senior night, of course.
Yep.
Honoring our great seniors who will be leaving us.
Yep. And a lot of really great seniors on this team, too. You know, starting lineup, a lot of the best players on this team are seniors. And so this will be a big night for them.
Yeah, wondering what the team is going to look like next year when all these seniors are gone.
Yeah, I think that Cornerstone's got some solid building blocks for the future. And hopefully it'll all come together.
We can all hope.
So we've had a lot of discussions about the NBA. How about, why not? Let's talk about the NFL. Who is your pick to win the Super Bowl this year from the teams remaining?
Look, if the Browns aren't in it, I don't care. So since the Browns aren't going to be in it, I think Ethan has an opinion, though. Ethan?
I think your pick's already failed, Sam.
That's true. That's true because everybody got upset. So, you know, my picks failed. But I'm ready to make some new ones. My picks for the Super Bowl are the Patriots and the Vikings. I think the Patriots will win that game. I don't like the Patriots, but they're a good team. And look at that. The final seconds are ticking off the clock. That's it for this game. Cornerstone with a pretty big loss. Showed a lot of heart, but the final score is 104-72. Solid effort out there by Cornerstone. And, you know, they took an L tonight, but Friday they bounced back. Hopefully.
And folks, if I did my math right, that's 32 whole points.
Yep, it was quite the margin of victory for Solon. Hats off to Solon, great game by them. Again, hopefully Cornerstone will be able to learn from this loss and come back on Friday better than ever. I don't think that we'll have a post-game interview. We usually we usually don't do that after a loss. Not a lot of the players are in a good headspace to do an interview. Coaches and players aren't really that willing to do that after a loss. So I don't think that we'll have a post-game interview, but thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm going to say it again. Tune in on Friday. Boys JV against Garfield Heights. Girls varsity against Hathaway Brown. Boys varsity against Garfield Heights. Be sure to tune into that game. But I think that that's all. And this is...
Whoa. I gotta say one more thing. Of course, we have to shout out the great Tim O'Keefe for, of course, giving us lots of points.
Yes.
And lots of memories and
Mr.
great
Mr.
times.
O'Keefe is the GOAT, not going to lie.
Mr. Limebaugh's the GOAT.
Sorry. Mr. O'Keefe is up there, but Mr. Linebaugh is the GOAT. You know, you can't argue with it. You know, it's nothing personal. But huge shout out to Mr. O'Keefe. Again, Coach Ron, watching from home. Shout out to you, Coach Ron. it's great to have you. So I think that's all for tonight, folks. Again, thank you for tuning in. And this is Sam Prochaska
And DeAndre Patrick.
signing off.